Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the last of a 4-part series about design styles, and I guess if you add the intro it makes it 5. So anyway, this is my iteration of glam. Now this is a hard style for me because it really isn't my favorite and I didn't have a ton of stuff in my house, but the first thing that you notice here is that everything is metallic and glitzy, and glam style is really built off of accessories. Lots of neutrals, lots of gold and silver and champagne, lots of very fine finishes, lots of very reflective finishes. Hollywood Regency is kind of where this began. The film industry in the 30s, where you had all those glamorous bedrooms and living rooms that you see in the old movies, and everything needed to be coated in mirrors and silver and gold, and there's a good bit of drama in this style too. You could do it in all neutrals like you see here with just pops of a little bit of creamy pastel accent, or you can add some black and white and a nice pop of jewel tone. So again, Regency style, the Hollywood Regency style, is where glam began. It has all sorts of different ways that you can express it now. You can have mid-century glam, you can even do bohemian glam, you can do coastal glam, but it is primarily about the accessories and how those things affect the rest of the room. So let's say you had a couch that was just very simple and tailored and classic, and then you add some faux fur and you add some really blingy pillows and you add a couple of crystal drop lamps and lots of things that sort of have a more modern feel. We're not talking exactly romantic, we're talking more modern and glamorous. And then those mirrors like you see behind you there, sunburst mirrors, are huge in glam style. So if this is your thing, I think that you should definitely look at the Charred Warmer. I would also recommend any of the sparkly ones like our Crushed Diamond or the little glitter warmers, the minis. Those are all fantastic to express glam style. So here I have what might just be my favorite diorama of this entire series, and this is Bohemian style. Can you tell that I love plants and terracotta and earth tones? So in your Bohemian style, there are so many different expressions. I wish that I had a really cool Persian rug to put here, or some Moroccan tassels, or any of those other things that you could add to this that would make it slightly more global. But when you're talking about close to home, this is the sort of thing that boho can be just from Target and other places around town. So you need wonderful, warm, earthy textures. We have a fantastic Moroccan sort of a platter in the background. I use that all the time in the house. And these are two of my favorite warmers ever, the rock quarry, and over here we have the copper cast. Now you can see a little bit of the pattern that the copper cast can throw, and it will do that on your entire wall. It is a knockout. And the rock quarry warmer is on the larger side. It is so warm, it is so enjoyable and inviting. So everything about boho has to do with earthy, it has to do with casual, it has to do with layering. You can do it in warm or cool tones, but I really prefer warm tones. You bring in plants and plants and plants and macrame, which I don't have here, wonderful flocati throws and rugs and texture and globalism, and it is just an absolutely fantastic style. So I hope that you guys have really enjoyed our design series, and last I will show you a few warmer suggestions and the bars. And thank you so much for being with me for all of the design sessions here on Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. So one last look at what is definitely my favorite design style diorama, which is boho style. Have an awesome day, guys. So to conclude our last design style session video, I would like to go to the catalog and show you guys the warmers that I think would best fit both the glam and the bohemian design styles, and then I have a few scent suggestions, some of which are current and some of which are retired, that I think go the best with these categories of my personal collection. And some of these, if you don't have access to them now, write them down, and oftentimes they will be voted back into Bring Back My Bar in the not too distant future. So let's start out with our actual warmers, which I had mentioned in the video. All of these on this page, there are bohemian and there are glamorous warmers here. We have the Crushed Diamond, which is probably the most glam warmer that we offer. We have the Glisten, which is super cute. I had one of these last year and gifted it to someone in the family. It's rather petite. And then the Charred, which I personally have. And then for Bohemian, I love The Opulence warmer, the only reason I don't have it is because it's sort of a purplish red, which doesn't go with my house. And then the fantastic Copper Cast. And then the other one that I had in the video today was the Rock Quarry, which I absolutely adore. I think of all the warmers that I have purchased from the spring and summer catalog, the Rock Quarry might just be my personal favorite for both looks and performance, because the soft glow that it gives and the wonderful angles, it's just fantastic. So we also have some others, like we have the Why Are You Blushing here. I think these would be great for a bohemian style. They also would go with modern, which we talked about a few weeks ago. And there are a good number of glitzy and glittery warmers in here. Some of them are more in the back though. Ooh, here's one. If you wanted to do coastal glam, this along the beach is beautiful. It's super, super sparkly. So you have many, many options when it comes to both of these styles in the current catalog. So let's go to a stack of barbs. So for glam, at the moment, because I'm filming this in April of 2022, we just had a Mother's Day release, and this Sparkly Magnolia has totally stolen my heart. So this is a spoiler for what I've been warming Wednesday. This is sophisticated, and it might be romantic, but I honestly really think it's got this, I don't know, more of a modern edge on a floral, so I think it would be great for glam. So it's got the magnolia, it's got the citrus, and then there's another, I think, violet layer in here. Oh, I am totally loving this. Gonna put this in my club. Then one that is just absolutely rock solid all the time for people is Sugar. This comes back and bring back my bar often enough that I think it's fair to include it. And it is both sweet and powdery and kind of sophisticated. Definitely goes with all of those muted pastels and mirrored finishes that you have in a glam room. Another one, which I think is the flagship glam fragrance we've got right now, Pink Sugarberry Mint. It is sassy, it is sweet, and it is sparkly. This is so good. This one has like a cotton candy and a raspberry and a tiny bit of mint, and it is just wonderful. And then on the other side of glam, which I think of as more like a sultry, sophisticated Hollywood sort of a thing, I have Mystery Man. Now this is one of those really deep cologne scents that I think would be perfect in one of those very dramatic glam rooms where you've got lots of black and white, and obviously Truthy thinks so because he is completely black, very handsome German Shepherd over there. Shh, Moosey, I'm filming, buddy. So Mystery Man I think would be fantastic for one of those really moody glam rooms. And then, because when you think of all things Hollywood Regency, you think of California, palm trees and ocean breeze. And there's also kind of a playfulness to certain glam styles. A lot of things like really stylized flamingos that I saw in some of the pictures that I was studying, and just certain pops of quirkiness that I think this scent, which is one of the best for summer. It's got this ocean air, it's got a little bit of pineapple and a lot of vibrancy. Love it. Very good for that West Coast glam. And last but not least, because you cannot have an awesome glam bedroom without some satin and some silk, satin sheets for your sophisticated smolder. So it's just vanilla and sandalwood, but it is very, very glamorous, and I love it. So then we'll move on to Bohemian. Now, boho was a little harder for me because when I think of boho, I always think of really earthy. I think of really deep. So I tried to mix a little bit of what's in the catalog now with more what I think the essence of that style is. So first off, I do think that the musky complexity of Coastal Sunset is perfect for a boho room, especially in the summer. And this has amethyst amber, it's got coconut, it's got sandalwood, it is deep, it is resinous, it's a really cool scent. Very hard to figure out and very layered, like a bohemian room. And then another thing that you just have to have with boho is lots and lots of freshness from your plants. So sea salt and avocado is fantastic for that. This has sea salt, it's got Valencia orange, it's got the creaminess of an avocado, but it's not weird. It's so good, and the saltiness, it's very intriguing, and I think this is very appropriate for that style. And then another one that we still have currently that is actually a winter scent, but I think when you're thinking about all the layered rugs and the tapestries and the macrame and the heaviness that you would have in a bohemian room, and then maybe that incense kind of thing, that black forest pine would be amazing. This is so layered. It's got like smoked tangerine. It's got wonderful woody resinous pine and like balsam notes. And to me, this isn't so much Christmassy as it's just deep and dark and sophisticated. So I wanted to include that, and that is currently available even now in April. And then the others that we have here, they are retired. I'm really hoping that this one, the Blue Sage and Tonka, will be back in the fall. And this totally screams boho to me. This makes me think, like, you can't see the whole dress, but I'm wearing the coolest pleated skirt, like tiered, layered, sort of halfway between farmhouse and boho dress today. I wanted to put it on for the video because I'm like, this is one of my favorites. It's got cool sleeves. And this, I think, goes with that. It's got that wonderful, like, earthy, down-to-earth, somewhat casual, but also very sophisticated feeling to it. So this has black lavender, it's got blue sage, it's got tonka bean. It's so good. I sure hope it's coming back in the fall. It's in my club. Absolutely a winner. And then these two were in the Bring Back My Bar from January. So you never know. You may see this in a flash sale. You may see this floating around somewhere where you can still grab one. Midnight Fig. You want to talk about bohemian. You want to talk about deep. You want to talk about dark. This smell. And I'm sorry, but when I think boho, I think hippie, and I think patchouli, and I think all things that are really, really rich and very, very deep. So this Midnight Fig, it's got golden berries, it's got deep dark woods, it's got all that sophisticated figginess. It's fantastic. And last but not least, you cannot do a boho group without Hendrix, because this is a patchouli powerhouse. Oh, it's so warm. This is one of my top 10 favorite bars. It is so warm. It has the pink pepper. It's got the tobacco flower. It's got the patchouli. It's so nice. And it's good and strong. You only need a couple cubes. So I love this in the fall. It is a fantastic scent. So that wraps up our design style sessions. Thank you so much to everyone who has put down lovely comments and encouragement. My younger daughter and I took this on as a challenge, and you guys have been so appreciative. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for every time that you get on Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents and you watch and you comment, and those of you that have even become customers through this. I am very grateful for all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.